Hello everybody, this is Dino GTO and this is my first ever gameplay of a Swedish vehicle on my channel. Now, let me know if you can tell if this is a low tier replay or not just from this. And to finish it off, yep, low tiers for you. Or it's just carnage. Like there's really nothing you can do about it. It's just like that just reminds you you're playing at a relatively low tier. But yeah, this is the IKV 103, the tier 5 Swedish TD. I got kind of pissed off with the tier 4 because the tier 4 I was just having absolutely no luck with at all. The tier 4 I just kept getting absolutely shredded by everything I met, and I kept getting spotted by everything. I was just getting aggravated, and I just kind of free XP'd it before I got too mad and just kind of stopped playing for like a week. But so far, this little thing here, this is my very first game in this vehicle. I should probably just mention that. This wee thing is actually pretty fun. 105mm heat cannon, and that is both the ammo types it gets. It gets standard heat and it gets premium heat, and that's it. That's the only difference. Like those are the only ammo types you get access to on this tank. Kind of interesting, honestly, because I can't really think of another vehicle in the game that fires heat and just heat. Like almost all tanks have like a HE option or something, but this one just fires heat and that's it. Kind of weird, but kind of interesting at the same time. Makes it kind of unique. Here's the tier 4. Yep. That's just what happens when the tier 4 meets the tier 5 in general. It just gets nuked. It's so easy to kill those things. They have so little health. 270 health is nothing. Like you get 2-shot 75mm for fuck's sake. But yeah. That thing just frustrated me to no end because you have no health to work with at all. You can't make a single mistake or you're dead. And yeah. That's about all I really need to say about that. Actually, talking about tier 4, just gonna say it. The gun to use on tier 4, in my honest opinion, is the 75mm. Because the 105mm it's got a horrifically bad aiming time. I think it's 3.5 or 3.6 seconds. It's not 3.4 like it is normally on most vehicles. It's 3.5 or 3.6. It's just a horrific aiming time. Here's the mortar that shot me. I'm just going to make sure that the shot hits center mass. And ammo rack, because why not? The 105mm has horrific aiming time. It gets no real advantages over the Hetzer 105mm. It's just worse overall as far as I can tell. It gets one more pin on its AP round, which nobody uses AP ever on 105mm ever. And it just seems to be a bad gun, honestly. I just don't really see why you would use it. So yeah. If you're going through that vehicle, give the 75 a go, because the 75, I would say, honestly, is the better of the two guns that you could consider top guns. On this thing, though, I think there's only really one choice: the 105, the top 105. It's different. It's very, very weird that it's a heat cannon for its top gun, and yeah, this is a premium tank, so the Turan 3 thing that I'm shooting at, it's a premium tank, so I'm pretty damn certain that guy probably has 100% crew in it. So I'm not going to fuck with him right now while he can see me, because I know he'd probably kick my ass. That guy just totally missed. I'm not even sure if that was a 105mm or a 75mm. I have no clue. I know nothing about that tank. Yeah, the Stoke 3B was easily killed. He was on one shot for me, so I just nuked him with this gun. That's one really good thing about this gun. This gun just nukes lower tiers. It's just devastating to them. And actually, now I'm talking about the gun, you know the Japanese tier 5 heavy? You know why that's losing the 105mm? I can see why. Because that 105mm is actually better than this thing's 105mm. And that was nice. It's got a better shell velocity, it's got more pin, it does the same damage, it's more accurate, and I think the only way that's worse is aiming time, and that's it. It's even got better soft stats. It's insane. I'm amazed that gun still wasn't removed sooner. How the heck did they even think that, given that that gun was a good idea? Oh jeez, that tank is a mess. I'm glad they're going to slow it down because right now it's ridiculously fast, and they're going to increase the armor while removing the top gun, which is, thank fuck they're finally doing that, because I think breaks tier 5 really, really does. And honestly, thinking about it, I was really lucky not to end up in a game with one of those things, because that thing probably would have shredded most of the team because of that ridiculous gun. So yeah, on top gun, 1400 damage, which is pretty damn considerable actually for a tier 5 in a tier 5 game, honestly, because tier 5s don't have that much health. The only ones that really have a lot of health are the heavies. And most of the standard tier 5 mediums only have like 500 health, if even. So, yeah, only really the premium tier 5 mediums have more than 500 health. Like, T20, Panzer T25 has 600 or something health. Or 600 or something health. So, yeah. Those are kind of the exception to the rule. But yeah, now I'm putting the mobility of this thing to use. It's a relatively quick little machine, but I get the feeling it's one of those machines that just can't reach its top speed. Like, it says it can do 60, but I don't think that's actually something it can do without going down a hill. And this was satisfying. Anybody who plays a lot of World of Tanks and around the tier 7, tier 6 region knows how annoying those little bastards are. So that was satisfying to do. Always satisfying to kill one of those damn things. But yeah. And kill the MX-105AM too, because why not? So, overall this has been a pretty damn nice game, and sadly that is basically it for gameplay. I'm just going to leave it run for a wee while I talk about something else. The Lago earlier on one-shotted the IKV-72. That's because the Lago has a 76 or 75mm gun, which is basically a cross between... Actually, let's see. Does he have it, or does he have the 57? That looks like the 57 to me. But yeah, that thing has the option of 100... of not 105. Of a 76mm gun. It has 88 pen, and I don't use any premium rounds on it because it's tier 4 and it's kind of unnecessary. But 88 pen on a 76mm gun, which basically has derp gun shell velocity, but normal gun kind of penetration characteristics. It's actually kind of nice. It's a pretty damn unique little vehicle, and I think I'm actually going to keep it after I'm finished the grind on it. Unlike the Swedish tier 4 TD, I did not like that thing at all, but I liked the Lago. The Lago was an interesting little tank. I've heard some kind of shitty things about the tier 5 standard Swedish medium. I've heard it's kind of mediocre, not really get anything special about it. But yeah, I guess I'll find out whenever I get to it. But I think this is where the Swedish TD lines start, or where the Swedish TD line starts to get good, because this thing here is actually a little. It reminds me of the SU-85, except it's even smaller and has a more interesting gun. Honestly, actually I think Alpha's the SU-85 using the top gun, because the top gun on the SU-85 is obviously an 85. It gets the option of a derp gun 122, but the 122 isn't that consistent. It's got like 50 pen, or no, it's got like 60 pen, whereas this thing gets 120 and does 300 alpha per shot consistently. So yeah, this is a cool little tank, and I think I may actually keep this along with the Lago. And it's only up here, as far as I've seen, it's basically uphill from here, and I think the Swedish TD line gets the best tier 7 standard TD in the game. Because all the other standard tier 7 TDs are kind of shit, honestly. AT7's awkward as hell. This Jag Panther is probably the best of the rest in terms of how it plays. Its armor is worthless though, so it's just basically a giant hit point pool. What's the other one? The Jag Panther used to have armor, but that was back before premium ammunition was widely available and everybody started using it. T25/2. I was thinking about this the other day. You know the T34-100, which I did a video on the other day? T34-100 basically gets a better gun than the T25/2, which I thought was funny when I thought about it. Because T34-100 gets more pen, it gets more alpha. I think the only real areas where it's not as good is aim time, gun depression, and something else. Probably well, actually accuracy. I'm not sure because the accuracy on the T-34 100 is actually really damn good. So yeah. Oh, and one last little thing I should mention about this thing. I am currently running a full female crew on this thing because I had 3 crew members which I could use in this thing. I have all 4, but the 4th one I can't use because it's a radio operator, and for some bizarre reason they don't give you a gunner, which is annoying. Honestly, I'm not really sure why they decided that. Oh yeah, let's not give people a gunner, even though basically every tank in the game has a gunner. So, not really sure what they were thinking with that. But I used one of my mission rewards. You have when you complete mission 15, the personal missions. Um, I used one of those to get a Swedish female crew member to basically make up the numbers so I could put it in this tank here. So I've got a really OP crew. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I felt like I should because it'll help them get some crew skills early on, and I realized after I did it that I could have had I could have had a Sixth Sense almost on this thing, but I realized after I put camo on it that I could have done that, and I was just like, well, shit, because I was just like I was annoyed at myself for not even thinking of that. So yeah, that's how it works. They get the Sisterhood of Steel thing as their 0 skill, and for the first skill they get 100% in the first skill, and you can just pick whatever one you want. Although one thing that it's is they come trained for the STRVM or whatever the tier one's called. Tier one's got a weird name. Uh, they're trained for that, so you need to convert them to whatever you want to use them for. So you are losing like 10% of the skill just automatically because of that. So yeah, not really much you can do about that, but hey. So I think that's basically everything I have to say. And now I'm going to go on to onto the stats of the game. Okay, this game here was worth an ace tanker, got Radley Walters, Top Gun, and High Caliber. And because this was my first game, I got the double XP, combined with premium account, which I got for free from a couple missions I beat. I was able to unlock the engine pretty much straight away, which was nice because it actually does help the mobility a decent amount. I can feel a bit of a difference, but I still have the feeling that it probably cannot reach its top speed. So yeah, I'll maybe make a follow up on that, but not really much else to say about that. Made 32k, but that's because premium account. 20k without it. Let's see, fired 10 shots, 1800 damage, almost out damaged the entirety of the rest of my team. And yeah, that's pretty much everything that I have to say about this. So, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.